Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another tag. I have one coming next week. I said another because I've already filmed the other one, but this one today I'm going to be doing the Homeschool Mom Tag. Who remembers old school YouTube? I guess it's not that old school, maybe like 2015, 2016, when everybody and their mama was doing a tag. And I look back, I'm like, I want to do one. I haven't done one in a while. I have a whole playlist with all of my tags, so I will put this in the playlist. You can watch all of those. You'll see some young Rachel in there. So I hope you enjoy this today. If you would like to do this tag in your homeschool mom, just do it. But be sure to let me know that you've done it because I really want to see it if you do it. So tag, you're it. I'll leave the questions below, so if you want to do it, look down there. All right, question number one, how many years homeschooling? This is our kindergarten, first, second, third. This is our fourth year to homeschool, and yeah, this is our second year to homeschool too. And I'll get to those details in a sec. Question number two, how many children do you homeschool? Two. I have two boys and they're in first grade and third grade. We started when my oldest was in kindergarten. Number three, what grades do you currently teach or grades you have taught? Now, our first year of homeschooling, Caleb, who was my oldest, was in kindergarten, and we actually did the full Abeka K5 video curriculum. So I didn't really teach him anything. Okay, I taught him lots of things, but as far as the academics goes, Mrs. Reese, who was the video teacher, did all of that. But I, of course, helped him with the C work, and we worked, outside of his video school like crazy. So while I wasn't the one actively teaching all of every subject, I was there to supplement any of that. So I guess you could say I've taught kindergarten. So kindergarten, first, second, and currently third grade. Question number four, favorite homeschool curriculum? I don't like this question. I have a lot of curriculum that I love. There's some that I don't like, and that's actually, the next question is your least favorite, so we'll get to that in a sec. But I think that's a hard one to answer because each kid is different. There's some curriculum that I love for one son and don't for the other. So that's a really hard thing to say. Right now, I can say kind of the core of our homeschool is classical conversations. We use that as kind of the backbone for especially our history and geography, some Latin, a little bit of math. I think as we keep going on, as the kids get older, I'm going to have to find more resources. But for now, I really like classical conversations because I can do it with both of my kids because they're only 2 years apart. So those subjects, they're learning the same thing at the same time. We're currently in cycle 3 of classical conversations, and they will get it at least one more time before they move up to the next level if we choose to do that. I have done a couple of videos about classical conversations or CC, and I will link my homeschool playlist below if you want to see that. We are not in a community this year. There are too many unknowns, and with how expensive it is, we didn't want to throw a bunch of money at something that we weren't really sure of. So yeah, we were in a community last year for the first time. And it was great and all, but again, with everything going on in the world, I didn't want to have to fork over all that money to have to do it over like Zoom or something. So, and our community is meeting in person, which is great. But again, we didn't know that in June and July. So yeah. What is your least favorite homeschool curriculum? You know what? Actually, let me add a little bit more to that last question on your favorite. Something that I keep going back to, though, for both of my boys are products from the Well-Trained Mind. It is a classical curriculum, and my brain kind of goes in that direction. Like when I'm choosing a curriculum, just how I think and how I teach, I really like the classical method of teaching. And so I have recently been buying kind of more and more Well-Trained Mind to kind of supplement with the CC. And I know some people may really not like that, but it works well for us and there are no rules, right? Okay, least favorite homeschool curriculum. You know what? I don't think I can answer that. I just don't. There's nothing that I've used that I've like hated. I know that Abeka does, we don't use any Abeka anymore. It moves too fast. It moves too fast for my boys. And it's just a little bit too traditional, I would say. However, our first year of homeschooling, that year that we spent with Mrs. Reese in K5 on the video was amazing. It worked great for that year and that child. But the rest of the curriculum for now, I would say that's probably my least favorite. I don't hate it though, okay? I don't hate it. I don't know, I can't remember if there's a question coming up, but I was homeschooled. I'm a homeschool grad. I was homeschooled from 7th grade on. My sisters were graduated from 4th grade on and 1st grade on. We were 7th, 4th, and 1st. Yeah, 7th, 4th, and 1st when my parents pulled us out. And this was in the 90s. When things were very different than they are now. And so I can tell you when I was in the later grades, especially in high school, I personally loved Abeka for science and history. So I don't know, maybe I'll choose those when they're older. I don't know. There's a lot of time between now and then. Number 6, how do children socialize? If you met my children, you know that is not an issue. Let's see. I know that's a big thing with a lot of people who don't understand homeschooling. They are afraid that they will never leave the house. Well, guess what? Because of things going on in our country that I'm not going to talk about, a lot of people are staying home. A lot of people are not being very social. But I would say in a normal homeschool year, what we do is we would have a co-op, which we're hoping can meet up in the spring, hoping and praying, because I was slated to teach a class to the teenagers in our co-op in the fall. We'll see if I'll be able to do that in the spring, but we have a co-op, and we're at church on Sunday morning, sometimes Sunday night, Wednesday night. We're those kind of people. Our oldest takes Taekwondo. He is there 2 to 3 times a week, and he's got friends there. And we get together with other friends as much as we can, doing it safely. But yeah, that is not a problem at all. Number 7, how many hours a day do you homeschool? I would probably say on average, from start to finish, it probably takes us about 4 hours. And unfortunately, I cannot have both of my boys at the table at the same time when I'm teaching one. So there are some subjects that I do with both of them, and that works great. There are some subjects, especially like the core things like reading and math, that they're on different levels, okay? And because they are 2 boys who have a love-hate relationship and fight and all of that, when I'm teaching one, I have to get the other one away from the table. I just can't, they distract each other too much. And so that's something that, because of that, it does take a little bit longer. And of course we take breaks. My husband works from home and breaks for lunch at 11 every morning. So when Daddy breaks for lunch, as long as we're not right in the middle of something, I let them break for lunch as well. And a lot of times he makes them their lunch. Number 8, do you homeschool year round? No. I mean, there's always learning happening, but no, we don't officially homeschool year round. Number 9, easy open and go curriculum for newbies. What I would recommend is Heart of Dakota. I have done some reviews on that in my homeschool playlist, so check that out. Heart of Dakota is a fantastic curriculum. The only thing I don't like about it is that I have 2 kids who would be in 2 separate guides, and I feel like it would be really hard for me to keep up with some of those subjects, doing them separately. I prefer having them, especially like history and science and geography and read alouds. I would rather have both of them doing the same thing. But if you want to try, especially for the young ones, if you want to try something that's open and go, Heart of Dakota is fantastic. For like preschool, kindergarten, let's see, Little Hearts for His Glory. It's the red guide. And the like 1st, 2nd grade would be beyond Little Hearts for His Glory. It's the blue guide. Get them used on Facebook Marketplace because they're expensive new and they're not consumable. So you open it up and all of your plans are there. It includes everything except for phonics and math. They suggest some curriculum that you use for phonics and math, but you don't have to. But it's got like spelling lists, reading lists, read alouds, book reports. It's got all of it. It is an excellent curriculum. If we weren't doing CC, we would probably be in Heart of Dakota. I love it. And number 10, favorite part of homeschool. This is such an easy answer. Besides the, like I mentioned, flexibility, I love being able to determine what my kids are going to learn and having the privilege to be the one to sit next to them when they get it, when that little ding, when that light bulb comes on. And I don't have to do a bunch of tests with them because I'm with them all day, every day. I know when they've got a concept and when they don't. I love being able to speed up if we can or slow down if we need to. You know, it's the flexibility, it's the privilege of seeing the learning happen. And y'all, it is really hard some days. Like I said, I struggle with chronic pain, and there are some days when we get the minimum done and I find some good YouTube videos and they watch those. Audiobooks are a great thing to have. I had a really stuffy nose this morning and my throat was getting sore because I was like breathing through my mouth all the time. And so audiobooks are great to have for something like that. But just being able to create a learning environment in my house, I just consider an incredible privilege. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and of course hit that red subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can see when I've uploaded a new video. I have lots coming at you this November and hopefully in December, January, I got something in the works. So just stay tuned for that. But I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you do this tag, let me know. Find me on Instagram. Just let me know. See you later. Bye.